Hey everyone, what we've got here today for you is a bit different than most of my other content. This is a random spells 2v2, so not quite casino, but random spells 2v2 matchup. Casino is more like 4v4, 5v5, but I thought this was a great game where we got some perhaps good RNG with spellbooks and showed some good strategy. So I start off with the Whisper Arrow, and Jakey tries to go for the Arcane Bomb, doesn't quite work. And yeah, I just want to explain a little bit of the strategy to random spells, how you guys can emerge victorious. So notice it's turn 1 Arma, that's kind of the standard in random spells games. You want to avoid the Arma, it's going to be your biggest damage, biggest threat. And here you can see at the beginning of the game I was thinking, I don't really have a way to get up onto the right side of the map to do damage to them. And also, we're in a tougher spot because there's less land blocking this Kano, so we really need to, relocate. And so he used his Vine Bridge to get up there and apply some pressure. I noticed I have Water Ball, I can hide. This Vine Bridge allows me protection from aerials, and I can also make my own little hole. You want to hide in the middle of the map. The Kanos are going to go to the middle of the map at the last stretches of the game, by turn 20, 25, 30. That's when they're going to end up on the middle of the map. So I'm super safe down here, and unfortunately, because it's random spells, I don't really have much else to do, so I just heal myself. And as you can see, you don't really need to do damage on a map like Kano when it's turn 1. Jakey gets super unlucky there with the Arcane Bomb again. He can actually just stick it to the land, and maybe that would have worked. I'm not 100% sure if the angle's right, but that's one idea. So, I didn't know you could stuff Air Surge and it actually doesn't damage you, so that's interesting. But knocks him into the Kano, and I think I have something to knock Dave into the Kano here too, but he actually decides to relocate, go all the way down here. Great play, because he's got to protect himself from the Kano, right? And now Jakey's probably just going to die. Poor Jakey. But yeah, the basic premise of random spells, if you guys haven't really played that much, is first off, do as much damage as possible before you die, depending on your book. If it's defensive, then you tower up, you try to survive. If it's offensive, do as much damage as possible before you die. It's okay to die as long as you do as much damage as you can. Maybe you take out another player with you. Secondly, protect yourself from the Kano. Find a hole to hide in. Arcane Arrows is great. Water Ball is great. Swaparoo is awesome. Those sorts of different spells that allow you to, get some cover. And the third thing I would say is that certain spells are pretty overpowered, like Storm Spirit, like maybe Vertex to block a Kano, like maybe Fortress is pretty strong because it's offering a lot of protection. Swaparoo is super strong because it can just get you out of a pinch. And so when you have those spells, you need to let your team know, hey, Drain is also super strong. Hey, I have Drain. Hey, I have Swaparoo. Hey, I have this. Just so they know, oh, hey, I have 4 towers. It's like, oh, well, first of all, they know that you're DX because you have 4 towers. Second of all, they know that you're going to be one of the players that are going to probably survive near the end of the game. So he ends up on 1 health here, and as you can see, Berzank here was able to apply pressure on the top of the map, while I could come down here and hide. I also fortunately had a couple rush spells, Whisper Arrow and Mega, for anyone when anyone approached. I could easily just kind of deal with that threat. It is very much kind of luck of the draw roulette type of game mode because you'd never know what type of spells you're going to have. But even with the worst spells, the best thing you can do is try to hide and trap your opponent and basically just do the best you can to survive. If you don't have much healing, you just have to kind of look at your spell book and think, okay, what are some of the spells that are going to allow me the most kind of utility, the most usefulness in the moment? A lot of things to look for, like I said, towers, utility spells like Swaparoo, Invulnerability Shield is obviously hugely busted. Wrath is hugely busted. I forgot to mention a couple of those level 3s. So If you see an opponent with those types of spells, you want to pile them because late game they're going to win. And if you don't, then you're probably going to end up being dead very soon. But yeah, that was just a quick little introduction to random spells and random spell strategy. I felt like we got some great book luck and also just played pretty seamlessly from a strategy standpoint. And also I got a nice Mega Boulder on Dave. He knows who I am, so I don't know why he went down there. He's got to assume Coeval is going to have Mega, like, all the time. Like, even in random spells books, just because I love Mega so much. Maybe I called up Siggy to get Mega, who knows. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this little intro to random spells strategy. If you guys want more random spells content, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, let me know. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.